Soldier Boy is alive, and there is no weapon to stop Homelander.
Nope.
How are the boys going to stop Homelander now? Welcome to Structure. I'm your host, Lion, joined by my co host, E. And
What
this
up?
is a
What up?
review of The Boys Season 3, Episode 4. Let's go.
Hey, this episode was jam packed with more twists, turns, and backstabbing than a soap opera. H, let's get unstructured.
This show just doesn't disappoint. Episode 1 was a banger.
Absolutely
2,
love it.
3, and now
Amazing.
4. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward for next week. Every Friday is a party because this show is just that good. The performances, the writing, everything is just so amazing. What do you think of this?
I absolutely love it. I mean, a big round of applause for the entire writing staff because they nail it every single time. The way that they pick up current events and completely satirize it and offend everybody is brilliant.
And you have a great cast. So you have someone like Anthony Starr killing the role of Homelander. So believable as Homelander. You have Giancarlo Esposito who can deliver those comebacks to Homelander so
OG.
effective.
Exactly.
You put yourself in his world, right? This is a world where superheroes are very flawed people, and he's able to tell Homelander specifically, you're just bad product. You have daddy issues. You just want to impress me.
Exactly.
Like it's nothing. Like
And
just
he
with
put
that
him down
swagger.
the only way that a dad could. Like he's like, you're little, you're nothing to me, you're a mistake. And Homelander just took it, which is amazing.
And you know what's very cool about it? If you watch that scene carefully, watch the face that the Homelander makes as he's hearing those words back to him. Anthony Starr even he doesn't have to say nothing, but he just see that like he just like I got nothing else to say. I got no comeback. Like he just got egg in his face, right?
Yeah, and the way that that he walked out, Giancarlo Esposito, the way that he walked out, completely fearless. He was not scared of retaliation from Homelander. Still shows the amount of power that he has over Homelander.
Yeah, and I have a bit of a speculation of theory. This is out there, but I think this might be a chance that one reason why he feels so emboldened, not just because he runs VOD, because he has so much political power, but he may have powers of his own. Powers are strong enough to rival or even make Homelander ineffective. That's just my theory. I haven't read the comics.
That's a huge
Could be
possibility.
puzzling. Because, I mean, why would you feel so emboldened? Because this guy is bad product. He could just snap at you at any time. We've seen it. He's done it before. This show, it just delivers probably one of the best, if not the best show of the year so far.
It's the highlight of the year thus far. Absolutely.
The show opens up with a callback to an old show, and we had a Soldier Boy singing "Rapture" by Blondie. That was something. Such an awkward performance delivered by Jensen Ackles from Supernatural fame, who's so far done a pretty good job at being Soldier Boy.
Yo,
You know
that
what's
moment was
funny?
so cringe, it was funny. What's up, H?
You know what's funny? He at some point there was a rumor that Jensen Ackles was in consideration to play the Captain America, and this character he's playing is a ripoff of Captain America, right? So we get a look at what our reality could have been if Jensen Ackles would have been Captain America. I think that was very curious. Good casting in their part.
Yeah, and I think that he gets to play a funner version. I mean, because this guy is about to wreak havoc.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little later down the line. So from that scene, we jump into seeing Huey and Butcher interact. Huey finds out that Butcher is using V, and as I said in the previous episode, the main topic in this show, at least this season so far, is the dynamic of power. Who holds power? Who wants power? Who doesn't want it? Right? So we have Huey that's feeling so powerless. He feels he's always being saved by his girl. He's not effective against anything. He wants that opportunity to shine. He tells her every time she has a chance to get, let me save you. He's so powerless that even in that later on in the show, in that scene where he's facing Homelander, he's trying to step up to him. she has to be the one to say something back to Holland to save him once again, making him feel even more powerless. And we see him take his matter in his own
Yeah,
hands later on.
he's definitely feeling some inadequacy in his masculinity and his ability to be what he defines as a man, defend himself and defend his woman. And so he does take matters into his own hands, but it's also going back to, and we talked about this earlier, is going back to him being bullied all his life. He finally stood up to the superheroes in the beginning of this series, and now he's grown into a new person. He wants to continue that. He doesn't want to feel the way that he felt before, and so that leads him to take matters into his own hands, which we'll talk about later.
And one thing that's curious from this show is that from this first season, there's been a big influence that Butcher has had on Huey. Because Huey was just a normal guy until the incident with his girlfriend in the first episode.
Yeah.
And even now, we see that he looks at Butcher, I want to say, as some kind of role model in a way, as a man that can do things that he cannot. Because Butcher just takes matter into his own hands. And now he sees Butcher use V to get powers. So he feels emboldened to do the same thing. So, and we see how that plays out later on in the episode. I find that to be an interesting point.
I thought I thought the huge factor when that was showing that Huey has come of age is that Butcher told him not to take it, wouldn't give it to him, and then he went and did it anyhow, not as an immature little kid, but as a grown man that's going to do whatever the hell he wants to do in this way. And that's a good thing that he did, because it saved Marvin later on in the episode. But he's, again, showing growth. Let's not forget it. In the first 3 episodes, in the beginning of this season, he was running or second head in a division for the government. Like, he was in charge. He was telling the Butcher what to do. So there's that growth again, and there's that feeling of strength and power that he doesn't want to let go of. So he uses the V, takes matters into his own hands, and becomes equal to the suit.
And in that same topic, I just said that he was desperate for power because he feels inadequate, right? Yeah. In the other hand, Butcher, the person that he kind of looks up to, has too much power, and he's being corrupted by power.
Yes.
We see him taking the V-24 and using it in ways that only Homelander would. And we already see he already made a pact with Homelander that we'll see how that's gonna play out. He did that on the first episode, if I'm not mistaken, second episode.
Yeah. We didn't see how that agreement went. So yeah, there's going to be something that pops up.
Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out later on in the episode. We also see that in this episode, Homelander calls out Vought, saying, and he's preying on people's fears, just like you were saying, sometimes some of the realities that we have for conspiracy theories as well, where there's a secret society that's running things, wants to control the public. We see that he is playing on those people, on those fears that people have.
Absolutely.
To put himself in a better light and call out Vought.
Yeah,
not just secret societies and pushing the envelope. I think he's testing the waters. How far can he go?
He was, and the funny part about it is because we hear this in real life. There's a secret society. They have the power. Who are they? I don't know, but they're out there. I mean, it's ridiculous. And he is blowing that dog whistle to try to channel, like they said, he's trending and his popularity is going up amongst a certain demographic, and that's who he's talking to in this movie. There's the parallel in real life as well. And one of the other parallels in real life that they're satirizing: popularity, trending, the approvals, the two most popular people in Vought are Annie and as well as Homelander, and they have all the power because of their popularity, because of the people who give them that popularity. So they can do whatever they want until they're not popular, and then they have to sort of pull back. It's amazing, and that's what our society has come to as well. So they're playing with it in this series, which I thank you for doing that because it's hilarious to me.
I agree. So, and we see that what happens when you give someone that already had too much power. He's the
Yep.
strongest hero in this particular reality. Then you give him the popularity and the approval ratings. He uses it to get himself a girlfriend in Starlight. And now they're
Hmm.
called Homelight, which poor
That's funny.
Huey again. It's like
Yeah.
taking his girlfriend, and he just takes it as well. He just lets somebody else take his girl. And Annie, Starlight, there's a difference. Like we had a callback to Annie as a child being used by her mom into pageants and things that she didn't want to do.
Hmm.
Now her boyfriend, the person supposed to love her and protect her, is using it in the same way. He's like, listen, like if you're a girl, if some guy something about your girl, you're not gonna stand for that. You're gonna stand up. Okay, let's get out of the situation. He's like, no, stay there. It'll be all worth it. I'm like, but he's not the one that has to be every day next to
Exactly.
Homelander. She's in
Yep.
incredible danger. She's not
Yeah.
immune to what he can do to her. So it is very selfish from Huey to put her in that position. And
And
I think this
things
is gonna blow up in his face by the end of the season.
Yeah, things got even worse for him. He thought that he had everything under control, telling Starlight to stay in that situation, and then his worst nightmare happened, where Homelander took his girl and is straight punking him to his face. It's crazy, but that's all he's doing, and now he has to undo it.
This is we have a situation where Starlight now is trying to recruit other heroes to help her take down Homelander with the information that he provided it. And we know that they are playing around with fire because, listen, Homelander can listen to everything. He can see them anywhere. So she recruits Supersonic, her ex-boyfriend,
Oh man,
to help her. And I mean, we'll see how that plays out for him later on in the episode. But I don't think that was the best choice because this also blows up in their face because Supersonic tries to recruit other people in the show to help Starlight and the boys by an extension fight Homelander, which is it was just a complete mistake of what they're doing there. What do you think she was right to try to so early on recruit other people into this mission that she technically wasn't really part of at the beginning?
I think it was juvenile to think that you got to have sort of checks and balances and rules of engagement, especially when you're sneaking around the most powerful guy in the universe who's a control freak and a egomaniac. Things are going to get back to him, and it's sad that A Train snitched on the Supersonic, but that's the type of deal that happens. You got to keep this stuff close to you. You got to keep it quiet until you have enough power and things situated where you maybe could bring in more people, and they have to be fully vetted, which Supersonic did not vet. He was just running off at the mouth, and you see what happened to him. Loose lips sink ships. Not a good look for him, unfortunately. I wonder how much more information it got back to Homelander. We know that Homelander knows that Starbright was trying to plot against him. Is that in his back of his mind now? Does he consider her no longer a threat, even though she's still planning against him, or does he have people keeping an eye on her, which would jeopardize the mission that they already have in place?
Not just that, we saw what happened with Stan Edgar, who has a lot of power. Homelander was able to get ahead of things, cut a deal with the senator, and got Stan Edgar removed from Vought and placed himself at the top of the food chain. Now he has all the
Hmm.
power. It's like he can
Hmm.
do no wrong this season. Now, going back to what you asked earlier, we have the boys finally going to Russia. They cut a deal with Little Nina, where
Hmm.
they even pay her some money to leave Cherie and French's friend alone. And
Yeah.
but the deal required that an assassination takes place, and this assassination requires that Kimiko goes undercover, looking amazing in a great dress,
Yeah.
to
Shout out
Russia
to
to
Kimiko.
eliminate some people in Russia,
Yeah.
right? So one curious thing that I see, a dynamic that I'm seeing played out. You made some allusion to it earlier. Kimiko doesn't is kind of she's tired of being used as a weapon. She wants to be a hero, or
Hmm.
wants to be a good person. She
Hmm.
noticed that every time she does something good, the the aftermath of it is not so good for those for the bystanders because they're more scared of her than everything else that was going on around them. Look
Yeah.
to her what happened. She kills these people in this room with the dildos,
Yeah.
the
Shout out to
superhero dildos.
people for going the extra mile and using the dildos to eliminate the dude. I mean,
Man,
I guarantee you, in all of movie history, you've never seen somebody be assassinated by a dildo.
yeah, talk about getting in the face. Anyway,
Exactly.
um, so but we see that she is desperately like she's somebody that wants to run away from power.
Hmm.
I think that's the same situation for Starlight. She wants to run away from power. While in the other hand, we have someone like A Train wants to run into power. Losing his ability to run. If he runs again, his heart might stop, right?
Yeah.
And he's so desperate to be a hero, to find a cause to be worthy, to feel useful, that he's willing to sell out his friends just to get an opportunity to be in a good light of at least Homelander. And we have a contrast between Kimiko and A Train. Kimiko, someone running away from power, and we have someone in A Train desperately trying to run into power.
Yeah. I mean, A Train, like, what are you doing, man? Trying to recreate the old Mike Jackson commercial where the Pepsi commercial dancing
No, that's a Kyle. That's
and
a
everything.
Kylie Jenner,
Yeah. Or
yeah, it's a
Kylie Jenner.
Kylie.
Oh, that's what it was too. Because no, you can't forget about Mike. But yeah, it was terrible. That was like the whole thing. The whole setup was terrible. He's out of touch with the community, and the reason why he's out of touch is because he doesn't want to get in touch with the community. He doesn't. He said, "I'm Mike Jordan."
Looking for
Not
shortcuts.
yeah, that's it, man. The only way to do it is to do it right. Period. So, what's next, H?
But in Russia, the boys are able to finally find what they were looking for, and they found a chemical facility that was holding that weapon that was going to stop Homelander. And a lot of discoveries happen. One is that the you see the face of Mother's Milk when he saw Butcher use laser beams from his
Yeah.
eyes. He was so shocked. And then we had Huey teleport and stab a guy with his broken arm, right?
Yes.
And the funny thing is that Huey is giving a power that, in theory, is really cool. The ability to teleport. He teleported naked, so that would tell you that I guess he can only teleport himself or anything because he couldn't teleport his clothes, so it's kind of useless.
Or anything else. Yeah, that's going to be a problem moving forward. Where there's a random guy showing up different places naked. That's not a good superpower. Age.
It's like he's gonna be naked everywhere. It's like yeah, it's gonna look like it's a pervert. But
Yeah,
we see that
seriously.
when they open up that container, we see a callback to Marvel's Captain America. We see the frozen Soldier Boy wake up and shoot some kind of laser blast, hits Kimiko, and this laser injure, and he goes away.
Hmm.
I am thinking that the thing that the Russians did to Soldier Boy is that they allow him, so they're giving a power that removes the powers of all the other heroes. Because by Kimiko, they show
She
the
has the
show,
regeneration. Yeah,
yeah, the show went out of the way to show us that she can regenerate anytime. But
yeah.
this time around, when she was hit with this laser, she did not regenerate. And
Hmm.
we see that he walked away. So this may be the key to stopping Homelander if
That's
they
good.
can harness the power of a Soldier Boy who just walked away and is on his own thing. And we know he's not the most upstanding citizen when it comes to being a hero.
Exactly. That's really, really good. For on a side note, can I just say every time that I hear Soldier Boy, even though I know what's going on, I think of Soldier Boy, the
You're
artist.
gonna-
Like Soldier Boy's in the show. No, Soldier Boy. But
you're not
yeah,
alone in
Soldier
that.
Boy is yeah, exactly. Soldier Boy is going to be a problem going forward. Who he's going to be a problem for is the question. Will it be Homelander? Will it be everyone else? Who knows?
No,
But
so yeah, like we
yeah,
don't know who is. I actually, I think we'll see a confrontation between Homelander and
yep.
Soldier Boy. That will
Hmm.
certainly happen, but I think he's also gonna be an issue for the boys because the boys are gonna have to, in my opinion, to save Kimiko. They're gonna have to inject her with more V in order for her to heal again. The
Mhm.
boys are gonna be more willing to use V, at least Huey and Butcher, and that's gonna be the confrontation. We might even see Mother's Milk get some V, just so he can get revenge on his family. I think that's what we may see happen. But
Yeah.
let me ask you, what do you rate this episode?
This episode, I would give a 9.
I'm gonna give it a 10. I mean, it's just
You're
to
gonna
me,
give it
was
another
marvelous
10?
It's gonna be a 10. This is gonna. I
Okay.
mean, they can't do no wrong in my eyes. It's just
That's like,
such a
yeah,
really good
that's like
show.
one of the first times that I think you went higher than me.
Sometimes when the shows are that good, the writing is great, the performance is just amazing. You just gotta give
You just
it
gotta give it a 10.
flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yes.
gotta give it a 10. I totally enjoy the show. But let us know in the comments. Let us know if you think Soldier Boy is the key to defeating Homelander. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for the love and support. Let us know if you have a recommendation of a show, a movie, a documentary. Let us know in the comments if it's something you want us to check out. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Take it
Absolutely.
away.
Hey, yeah. Until the next episode, I'm E. This is H, and we are.
Unstructured.
That's right.